The Okoa Uchumi campaign is calling on the National Assembly to clear it down or to reduce or to scale down the 4.8 trillion shillings budget to match realistic revenue collections. Speaking on Thursday after a citizen town hall meeting on the Finance Bill 2026 in Nairobi, the group also petitioned the National Assembly to reduce the wage burden arising from government entities with duplicating mandates. The umbrella body that brings together 28 civic bodies said trimming the government's expenditure would greatly lessen the tax burden on Kenyans.
After a citizen town hall meeting convened at All Saints Cathedral in Nairobi by 28 civic bodies under the Okoa Uchumi campaign on the Finance Bill 2026, there was a shift to the 4.8 trillion shilling budget. It was termed as astronomical, having exceeded its own 2026 budget policy statement by 69.3 billion shillings, hence exerting pressure on revenue collection.
4.8 trillion, 82 trillion is to be financed through taxation, projected to raise 2.986 trillion. In our view, this is highly optimistic tax revenue forecast given the declining economic growth as seen in the recently published economic survey by the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics.
They faulted the budgeted 1.1 trillion shilling borrowing against the proposed development spending of 749 billion shillings, saying the excesses would fund recurrent spending in contravention of the fiscal policy.
Domestic borrowing is projected to raise a whopping 900 billion, which constitutes 89.6% of the total proposed borrowing for the financial year 2026-2027. This raises serious concerns about the government's growing reliance on domestic debt financing, its potential to crowd out the private sector, and the collapse of businesses and job losses.
They are therefore recommending the scaling down the 4.8 trillion shilling budget to match realistic revenue collections, the removal of tax surveillance clauses in the Financial Bill 2026 that seeks to expand exemptions on the transfer of property to real estate investment trust and high-value assets, such as aircraft, and that EPRA reverses the increased cost of electricity gazetted this month.
When you think about the level of duplication that happens in government, we could have saved a lot of salaries.
They plan to petition Parliament to implement these proposals, failure to which they will seek legal redress. Isufar reporting for Prime Edition.